Bayal Bashim Yal Shai Bashim Rakha Kadash. All praises to the Most High. In the name of the Son, in the name of the Holy Spirit, in the ancient Hebrew. Double honors to the apostles and elders at the millstone that rule well. And shalom to the hopeful elect. Now, I'm a little late to the party on the coverage of this incident that took place a month ago today, but still relevant nonetheless, about this fucking slut over there in Turkey that went viral, vowing to fuck 100 men in one sitting, in one day, okay? Which is, authenticates the validity of the scriptures in the precept that states that all the nations of the planet, the entire world, has become drunk with the wicked fucking philosophies of America, the great Babylon, man. Okay? When you go into the word Americanization, it goes into the influence of American culture on the other nations, and it is indeed taken effect, full effect, to where this nation in Turkey, it's unheard of for some shit to go down in this manner, for those people who are primarily from the nation of Elam and Ishmael, okay, over there in the Middle East. It's unheard of their women to conduct in this manner, okay? They're one of the top nations, and you know, a lot of their practices and customs they got from the Israelites' customs, okay? They keep their women on a short fucking leash, as they're supposed to, and America has been demonizing, you know, Islam, and fuck Islam, but and fuck Elam and Ishmael. But those people have been demonized for years by America on how they treat their women, okay? They call it, they say they're extremely oppressive unto their women, okay? But no, it's actually righteous in some instances, the most instances, in how they fucking deal with their women, man. They keep them in. I had a step cousin who went to missions trip, you know, back in the 2000s, the first decade of the 2000s, to Turkey, and their women weren't allowed pretty much to go out in public, and of course they were fucking dressed up head to toe, okay? There was a statement that said, you know, if you see one strand of their hair, they get beaten, they get fucking flogged, all right? But that's if you actually happen to lay eyes upon a woman over there. But generally in public, you can't find them. If you go into, he said he went over there and it was a culture shock to him, because in their coffee shops, you know, in their restaurants, fucking the market, all these different establishments, there were no women. It was only men, you know, men, families, brothers, cousins. The men were the only ones that were patrons of these different, and it's heavy, right? Because I believe patron goes back to masculism, you know, goes back to a man anyway. But all the patrons, a patron is like somebody who patronizes a business. You know, the person who act the customer, if you will. All the patrons of these different establishments were only men, okay? The women they keep in straightly. And straightly goes back into what? S-T-R-A-I-T, and straight, S-T-R-A-I-G-T, meaning straightly, meaning in line. They're kept in fucking line over there, man. But we see the filth of these American philosophies, how they've poisoned the whole world. They've made them fucking drunk. We're gonna go into those words in the Greek and in the Hebrew. Okay, made them intoxicated. But look, when a motherfucker drinks too much alcohol, he can get liquor poisoning. Okay, alcohol poisoning, which you can get sick. Okay, it can destroy some of your organs. It can lead to all kind of different. It lowers your immune system. It can gateway into all type of adverse health conditions. Okay, short and long term, and up until death. Okay. And look, figuratively, these nations are fucking have been put to death by these figuratively by these philosophies. Okay, fucking a whore over there of whoredom. That's one of the cultures of America. The customs of America that is far-reaching over even into those societies now. Okay, which is fucking unheard of. To where, look, what did they do? They arrested this bitch for obscenity. So we see now the pushback, the fight that these nations are putting up now to attempt to slow the spread of these American piss philosophies. Okay, that only leads to the destruction of a place. Okay, we bring that out. I brought that out before, actually, a few fucking lessons ago about the study. There was several studies, all kind of case studies that go into the downfall of different cultures, the downfall of different societies, different kingdoms, empires. Okay. When they studied, I believe it said over 100 primitive cultures. When they study their downfall, the one thing they have in common is when they allow their women to be sexually loose. Let's go into it. When they give them liberties, okay. This was quoted by one of Malcolm's right-hand men. This book called Sex and Culture. Okay. Let's check out the overview. Okay, this motherfucker J.D. Unwin wrote a book called Sex and Culture in 1934. He was an English social anthropologist, and it was concerning the correlation between a society's level of cultural achievement and its level of sexual restraint. The book concluded with the theory that as societies develop, they become more sexually liberal, accelerating the social entropy. Okay. Let's see. Of the society, thereby diminishing its creative and expansive energy. Doesn't the scriptures talk about how the daughters of music shall be brought low? Okay, and why did it say daughters? Because what do they say in this society, and what have they determined? That the woman determines if a man's gonna fuck or not, for the most part, right? The woman is the one that is responsible for that. So, if that's the case, it's the women are the culprit. Let's see. There was a quote. Here it is. It says, Unwin's study of 80 native cultures and 6 civilizations led him to conclude that the operant factor behind cultural decay of a society is largely due to the loosening of sexual conventions and the lessening of monogamous relationships. And going back to that statement, a fucking woman controls, um, you know, I forgot that term, but there's a term that goes into it. You know, because the woman is the one fucking opening her legs, right? So she's the one that controls. That's what they say. She controls sex in a society. Okay. Let's see. But there you go. That it leads to downfall of civilizations. Okay, and they're starting to see the decay of um, their countries, man. Whatever the fuck it might be, a country, a state, a society. All right. So this indeed authenticates the validity of the scriptures, man. Okay. It's support for everything the scriptures was talking about. Let's go ahead and grab the scripture and then we'll read into that article briefly. Revelation 18:3, for all nations have drunk of the wine of the wrath of her fornication, and the kings of the earth have committed fornication with her, and the merchants of the earth are waxed rich through the abundance of her delicacies. Okay? So these nations have become fucking drunk, intoxicated with the filth of this fucking place, you know? These wicked fucking philosophies. Let's go ahead and grab it in the Greek first. When you go into drunk, it's just past tense for to drink, okay? And figuratively, because it's not literal that they're drinking a philosophy, they're absorbing it. That's what it goes into in the Greek for this word. Have drunk. Let's see. Yep. Have drunk, which is Pino, means to imbibe. And imbibe goes into to absorb. Right? Let's get it for edification's sake. Expand our vocabulary. The scholarly camp, right? So imbibe means to consume. It says to absorb or assimilate ideas or knowledge, you see? So another word for philosophy is an ideology. They have absorbed these ideologies, okay? Give a woman liberty, okay? But what happens when you give a woman liberty? You know, and every woman has a fucking father, doesn't she? So when a father lets her, you know what, I don't want to press her, so I'm going to let her go out, you know, with her friends, okay? What's going to happen? She's going to eventually become a fucking whore, okay? But what do they tell you here in America? They encourage the women to fuck a bunch of men, okay? To run up the numbers, run up the body count, okay? And even if it's in search for a long-term partner, you have to go through a lot of, you have to go through the carousel, all right? They call the fucking cock carousel, man. Well, me and the brother have a cousin that whose mother, okay, the mother is not on our is not related to us. The father is. The mother's a fucking Edomite. Told our cousin, our girl cousin, her daughter, said, you have to fuck a lot of frogs to find the prince. Okay, so you have to go through the rounds of men, dating, and we know what dating is. Dating is giving up the pussy. You have to fuck a bunch of men, fuck a lot of frogs, so you could find the prince. Fuck a bunch of men before you find the best one to settle down with, whether he's got the money, okay, whether he fucking hit it right, all right? All these different, forgot what they call it, standards, if you will, these expectations, these different parameters, which are crazy nowadays, okay? Bitches are talking about the motherfucker needs minimum 7 figures, okay? Which is $1 million, okay? 7 figures a year minimum. Not to mention these other crazy fucking parameters, man. Okay? Requirements. See? So that's just what happens when you let a fucking woman, when you take her off the ball and chain. Okay? That's why the scriptures say that you have to, that women are supposed to be keepers at the house. They're supposed to be. And when you look at that, when you break that down into Greek, it says literally a stayer at home. S-T-A-Y-E-R. One who stays at the house, okay? Meaning is not let out. Because only one thing is gonna happen, man. Okay? So look, these nations have been have absorbed these fucking philosophies, and what's happened because of it? They become fucking intoxicated. They become mad. They become bugged out. They become insane. Let's go into it. Okay, this is the wine of the fornication. Let's go into this briefly. It says a love potion, as it were, wine exciting to fornication, which he is said to give who entices others to idolatry. Okay? And he is said to be drunk with who suffers himself to be enticed. They being enticed by this shit. Okay? A lot of them, these nations, did it because they wanted to obtain these fucking riches. Okay, they saw the illusion, because it wasn't even really here, but they saw the illusion of pretty much when a nation is successful, or when someone's successful, I forgot the term, but pretty much they saw a prosperity. That's a synonym. They saw the illusion of prosperity in this fucking place, and they said, "Oh, we've got to adopt those customs." But look what it's done. Okay, let's continue on. Over fornication, right? The wine of the wrath of her fornication. And fornication goes into illicit sexual intercourse, amongst many other things. Okay? Defilement of idolatry. Okay? That's straight. That's fucking, oh, there you go. Harlotry. Okay? A woman being a fucking harlot. Adultery, incest, all kind of shit though. Sodomy. Okay? That's all you hear about now between these people nowadays is fucking backdoor play. Okay? even if it's in a hetero union. But look, let's go back to the shit. OF model in Turkey vowed to sleep with 100 fucking men in one day and gets arrested for obscenity. This is proof, this is evidence that these nasty fucking American ideologies have poisoned even, the far reaches of the earth. Even a nation that customarily would never be seen doing no shit like this, man. So there you go, look. Charged with obscenity, resisting an officer on duty, and slander. Okay. My goal is to break first a Turkish record and then the world. Start with 100. Okay, I'll start with 100 men in 24 hours. There you go. And it just said the world record is fucking 1,057 in less than 24 hours. This is what you have here nowadays, man. This is where the extent of the extremity of how far this wickedness has gone. Talks about going into extent and extremity, how wickedness has exceedingly polluted the whole earth. This shit is over the fucking top, man. Okay. Wow. It says, so the post was flagged by the Istanbul Public Security Branch Directorate's Morality Bureau. Okay? So they have a bureau that is set up to make sure shit stays moral in their area, in their society. Okay? Which labeled her plans as obscene and damaging to the national morale. All right, let's see. During a court hearing with the Istanbul 6th Criminal Judgeship of Peace, officials called for prison time, accusing Van Dam of damaging moral values and being provocative to society. Van Dam, however, defended herself, reportedly stating that she did not deserve to be judged. Okay? And that's the sentiment of these people. They think they can commit their fucking, their iniquity, okay? They can engage in this type of fucking filth and not be judged for it, okay? But on the contrary, really this bitch should have gotten put to death. And in a time, in the ancient times, of course, but even, not that long ago, this bitch her head would have been on a stake, okay, and made an example of. Says the arrest comes amid a growing trend of adult performers making headlines for their attempts to set similar records. Okay, there you go. Jumping back in this Revelation 18:3, let's actually go into the word for, let's see. It's actually in Revelation, the 17th chapter. Word, is it oinos? Okay, meth. Yep, that's the one. Methuo. Methuo.
Strong's G 3184. Methuo.
Methuo. It
Methuo.
says to be drunken. Okay. Down in the Thayers. It just says to be made drunken. Okay, there it is. To drink to intoxication. All right. To be fucking intoxicated, man. All right. Meaning, what word is in intoxication? Toxic. Okay. And anything that's toxic is to the body, especially medically, is fucking detrimental to the health. Okay. And it is. It's detrimental to the health, not only physically, this shit, but mentally. Not only does it cause for the spread of fucking diseases, it's mentally and morally perverse. Okay, let's get that and finish it off in Jeremiah 51:7. Let's just grab this first. Imbibe in this is just the AI overview because we defined it. Okay, it says imbibe has multiple meanings, including to drink, to absorb, and to take in knowledge. Okay. Definition: to consume a liquid, especially an alcoholic beverage, to soak or saturate with liquid or moisture, to receive and retain information into the mind. So that's what they have imbibed. Okay, it's the knowledge, the wicked knowledge of this fucking place. Okay, but it's heavy because it says the examples in the use is one of the main consequences of imbibing alcohol is dehydration. Okay, so they have over imbibed the wine of this place. Okay, and it's led to them being fucking dehydrated. Meaning, is when you have no hydration. Is when you don't have any water. Okay, and the water, or the living waters, okay, is righteousness, synonymous with righteousness. When you're fucking dried out, where it talks about the dry bones, when you're dried out of righteousness and morality, okay, and these nations have become fucking dehydrated by the wine of philosophies of this fucking place. Okay? And this is heavy because it goes back to the fruit of the garden. What it meant for these fucking bitches with Eve, right? Part of that, of what that was, what that represents, the fruit, was the poison of the fucking serpent. Is the philosophies that tells a woman that she can do whatever the fuck she wants. Feminism, okay, and sexual liberty. Finishing off in Jeremiah 51:7. Babylon hath been a golden cup in Yahweh Shem Yahushai's hand that made all the earth drunken. The nations have drunken of her wine, therefore the nations are mad. Okay, and not only are they mad, meaning insane. Okay. Let's go into the applications real quick. Insane means you're not sane. Let's break this the fuck down. In a state of mind which prevents normal perception, behavior, or social interaction, seriously mentally ill. And that's what you have right now. Across the whole planet is a mental health crisis. The people are insane, man. All right? not only are they mentally fucking insane, they become mad, meaning they rage. Okay? Might as well pull that. But there's the multiple words in the Hebrew in that chapter, in that verse. Slovakia. Let's go into this first shakar that had been made drunken, right? To become drunk or intoxicated, tipsy, okay? Goes into unstable, okay? And they're not stable in their fucking minds. When you're tipsy, you're about to fall the fuck over. It says to satiate with a stimulating drink or influence, okay? It says date wine, to defile or deform. They become fucking defiled. They become deformed. Fucking A. See? Staggering helplessly. Okay? Of disgrace. It's fucking disgraceful, the condition of these people through this poison. Okay? Self-destruction. Alright? It says to make oneself drunken. It says the wicked are said to be drunken since they rush by a kind of madness upon their own destruction. Fuck. There you go. So these nations have drunken, okay, and have become mad, and they're pretty much rushing onto their own destruction. And that's why they're trying to fucking come with that pushback. They're trying to scramble and do all these, implement all these measures to attempt to combat pretty much the mental destruction of their people, of their societies, man. Okay? And we know how this is going to culminate in them shooting missiles on this fucking place. But look, it just told you that the cup was in the bullseye's hand. Okay, so he's causing this shit to go down this way so that society could fucking, so all these societies could be fucking destroyed. Okay, he's doing away with this place, picking it apart. Okay, gradually putting these people into a state of disarray. Okay. Says mad halal. Okay, it says to make a fool of, to make into a fool. Okay, to rave, and then it finishes off by saying, well, actually, the third to the last in the Strong's definition is to rage. Okay, it's going to cause these nations to rage, which we already see them doing. Okay, it's going to lead it. This is all segue into the destruction of this fucking place, man. All right, we see how this is the worst society that was ever created, fucking America. Okay, all the ideas and customs and culture of this fucking place, and how it'll literally destroy a society, right? And how this is going to be the example, because this is not it. when all these fucking the masses of these fucking people get put to death, this isn't the end of it. They're gonna come back, and they're gonna have some sense of memory, and even if they don't, they're gonna be made to remember. They're gonna be shown. They're gonna get sit down in a fucking class, and this is just, it's gonna be even more than this. All different forms, this included. But imagine how many different ways they're gonna get fucking taught and made to remember about what this place was. So this is gonna be the example for how not to conduct a society. Okay, that this way was led into death and destruction, and they're gonna fucking see. They're gonna get snapped out of this stupor that they're in at this time. Okay, because deep down, like it says, the pretty much the desire of the people is for the honest expectation of the creature, the earnest expectation of the creature. They're pretty much hoping and expecting, they're waiting for the manifestation of the Son of the living power. Okay, so they're yearning for and groaning. Okay, they're in pain and distress for righteousness to be established, because we know when righteousness is established, the people rejoice. Okay, so they're in fucking mourning and longing for righteousness to be established, because righteousness is exactly what it says. It's the right fucking thing. Okay, and this is the wrong way. They're gonna, this is gonna be made known to them. This is gonna be set for an example in eternity.